Alright everybody, today we got the Zhiyun Weebill 3E, or as they call it, the Cinepeer Gimbal. So the reason why Zhiyun named this gimbal the Cinepeer because Cinepeer stands for Cine and Peer. It embodies the idea of cinema and companion. It represents Cinepeer's mission to be your partner in visual storytelling. And boy, let me tell you that this gimbal is a great companion. In today's video, I'll be sharing some footage that I got with the Fujifilm X100vi and this gimbal right here. And this is a gimbal that I enjoy using a lot. One of the reasons why I enjoyed this gimbal so much is the handling and the size of it. Zhiyun is saying when the gimbal is tucked away neatly, it is the length of an A4 paper. And I think that's quite impressive. And it's one of the reasons why I enjoy this gimbal so much. This is the gimbal, and this is the A4 paper. And look at that, it's the same length, which is incredible, guys. This is freaking incredible. This gimbal tucks away so neatly. It's just so fun to hold. It's just really good to hold in my hands. And I really enjoy how this gimbal feels in my hands. And again, when I take this gimbal out, I feel like it means business. Like I mean business when I'm taking this gimbal out. I like the idea of being on the move and being nimble and not carry so much weight on me when I don't have to. Balancing my X100vi on this gimbal was a breeze, and it's incredibly light to hold. The gimbal itself only weighs about 1,000 grams, which is about 2.3 pounds. And the maximum payload of the gimbal is 3 kilos, which is 6.6 pounds, which is insane and more than plenty for someone like me. Essentially, you can put a full frame camera with a standard 24-70 f2.8 lens as well. This is the same payload as the Zhiyun Weebill 3S for anyone out there that is familiar with that gimbal. The one thing that I noticed about this gimbal was the handle while I was holding it. I did notice that it was much thicker than the ones that I've used in the past, like the DJI RS3 Mini. And it just felt so much better to hold in the hand than the DJI gimbal. And I didn't think I would notice something like that because, again, I'm not really much of like a filmmaker, but I do own gimbals. And I didn't think that I would notice something like this, but I did. And I appreciate the extra bit of girth on the handle. Oh, man. When a man said they appreciate the handling because of the girth. The Cinepeer gimbal also has a 0.96-inch OLED screen display, and this is where you can go in and adjust the gimbal settings, adjust the pan, tilt, roll axis to your liking. The gimbal does have Bluetooth control too. Unfortunately, it does not work on my Fujifilm X100vi, but it is compatible with the X-T3, 4, and 5, and the X-H2s and the X-H2s. So if you want more information to see if your camera is compatible with this gimbal, make sure to check that out. I believe it's on their website. It also has a trigger in the front, and if you press it twice, you'll be able to go into selfie mode, and if you press it 3 times, it goes back to normal. There's also a scroll wheel in the front as well. The power menu button with a smaller pressable scroll wheel on the side. The joystick is on the other side of the OLED screen with the record button and the M button to change modes as well. Now the footage that I got looks great. The gimbal is just very smooth. I have like 0 issues with it. Some of these shots were shot in 4K 60 and slowed down in post, and some of them are shot 4K 24. And I thought it did a wonderful job. Better than I expected, and this is due to their advanced algorithm that is in this Cinepeer gimbal.
Open my eyes, I slept through the day, feeling uneasy, I push it away. Last night was fun, don't feel like today. Let's do it again, let's go on a date. Cause tonight I'm gonna take you out and live the dream that we've been talking about, so we can dine and spend up all our nose. Let's forget that we broke. I wanna celebrate and have some fun tonight. I wanna show you all the lavish things in life. So raise your toast for all the good times that we'll have. It'll be like the movies, Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Might be the gin that's gone to my head. Feeling so busy, don't want this to end. want this to end. Live in the moment, I just wanna dance. Just wanna dance. Pull up my card and swipe it again. Cause tonight I'm gonna take you out and live the dream that we've been talking about. So we can dine and spend up all our emotions. Let's forget that we broke. I wanna celebrate and have some fun tonight. I wanna show you all the lavish things in life. So raise your toast for all the good times that we'll have. It'll be like the movies, be like the movies. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. I wanna celebrate and have some fun tonight. I wanna show you all the lavish things in life. So raise a toast for all the good times that we'll have. It'll be like the movies, be like the movies. Rich people dreaming. 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 Rich people dreaming.
Now, the gimbal is pretty easy to balance with my Fujifilm setup. I think it's very straightforward if you ever used other gimbals in the past, so this should be easy. I think it's a lot easier to balance than on my DJI RS3 Mini. I honestly don't like that gimbal because it's just too small and the balancing took forever on that gimbal. So I do find it so refreshing when I was balancing on this gimbal right here, and it was just so smooth and it was very, very quick. I didn't have to spend much time trying to fidget with it and fiddle with things to try to get it to work. If there was one thing to complain about, it is the joystick right here. I don't like how it's on the side of the gimbal. The screen is in the center and the joystick is on the side right here. Whenever I try to do a push-in shot like this, you want the camera to angle up as you push in. You would think just to push the joystick straight up. However, because of the placement of where the joystick is, you think pushing up on the joystick would give you like a straight shot. I've done this several times without me knowing. I push the joystick up and it slowly goes up, but it drifts to the left a little bit. And I think if the joystick was placed where the OLED screen is in the center, you have a better chance of having the joystick go straight, because this is what I've been noticing with the gimbal so far. It's not something that I'm checking because I'm constantly looking at the screen to see if I have the composition that I want. And that's my annoyance with this gimbal. So it's something you have to get used to, and you have to train your muscle memory to recognize that. But on another positive note, what I want to talk about is the battery life. And I find this battery life to be very impressive on this gimbal. I've only charged it once so that it would be full. And I've taken this gimbal out probably 5 to 6 times by now trying to grab footage. And I haven't need to charge it. It's still surviving on that one charge that I did. And I remember charging my Fujifilm X100vi multiple times after we were done filming, but never the gimbal, which is freaking insane. So this gimbal reminds me of the DJI RSC2 when I used to own that gimbal, and I thought that gimbal was great. But I do like the way this one feels in my hands a bit more. The Zhiyun Cinepeer is coming in at $249, and I think that's a solid deal in a world where gimbals are like $500 and more. And it does the same thing in giving you stabilized footage. It's great. Like I said, I like the handling and the feel and the easy setup that this gimbal offers. The 3 kilograms maximum payload means that it has great motors inside for smooth, stabilized footage. And factor all of that in, this gimbal is outperforming its price of $249. I remember paying close to 800 Canadian dollars for the DJI RSC2. And it does the same thing that this gimbal does, which is freaking crazy. So in a world where things are getting very expensive, cost of living is high, rent is high, food is high, I really like these budget-friendly alternative products where they can give you the same performance as the expensive ones. I feel like you get to squeeze more value out of your dollar. So if you want a gimbal that works with no gimmicks, it's just a straight up bare gimbal that works, check out the Zhiyun Cinepeer gimbal or the Weebill 3E. And if you're interested in this gimbal, I'll leave the links down in the description below. And special thanks goes out to Zhiyun for providing me with this gimbal so I can help make this review possible. So consider subscribing for more gear-related content. And thanks so much.